Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the KBW Reunion Podcast. It is none other than the biggest and baddest man in all of KBW, the Bulldozer, and I'm joined with my co-host,
the Assassin, AK-47, and I am who I am, and I'm different from everybody else.
And I am the master of the DDT, the best at what I do, Mr. Better Than You, KAGE, a.k.a. Fuego Del Sol. And let's talk about the incredible response we got on last week's episode of the KBW Reunion Podcast, KBW Rewind Podcast, the first ever podcast where we talk about KBW 10 years since our prime. Man, the comments were so fun to read, right? It was almost as fun reading the comments as it was filming the podcast. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd agree, man. I did not expect it to get the attention that it did, and you know, I'm not good at handling praise, I guess, like you and AK are, but I just love seeing every comment saying how they missed us and how they wanted to hear more, and I'm just glad we can make people happy.
Yeah,
what about
you,
AK?
That's what I was about to say, for sure. I love all the feedback, the comments, and I don't want to plug my Twitch right now, but I guess I'll plug my Twitch, the Assassin AK on Twitch. I went on there and streamed all your YouTube comments. So I was going through all the YouTube comments on the stream, shouting everybody out, reading every single comment that someone put on the KBW Podcast episode 1 on YouTube. Just shouting everybody out, reading all your comments. It was fun. It was awesome. So if you're interested in that, it's still up on my Twitch. You can go watch it on the VOD. And yeah, I really, really, truly am grateful for all the love we got from the KBW Podcast episode 1. It was incredible. All the great feedback, everyone saying nostalgia, the memories. This was my childhood. It just really, really hit home and hit the heart, and I'm so, so grateful.
Yeah, even editing it, like I got to help rewatch it back, and then I was going through and searching for old KBW clips to edit into the podcast, and then I'd go down a rabbit hole of watching just more old KBW clips.
Yes.
That it was like, it took me like 4 or 5 days to edit just because there was so much work of like, go in, get this clip, but also I'd get lost in the fun of KBW, and then I'd watch the podcast back as I was editing it, and I start laughing again at the same jokes over and over again. It's just so fun to reminisce with you guys, and it really motivates me to want to keep doing this every week. Dut, how do you feel?
Oh yeah, man. I I caught myself today. I watched probably about at least an hour's worth at work of old KBW footage. I watched Bama Kid and Bulldozer's match. I watched the final match of KBW, and it just brings up a lot of nostalgia. And another thing I want to do, I do want to shout out, we do have some amazing fans, and one person I want to shout out in particular is Rensler, and I know you're familiar with him, and AK should be as well.
Yes.
That guy is still watching our videos. Like, as soon as we post them, like posted the podcast, he watched it and commented, and I just want to say he made some incredible KBW like breakdown videos. If anybody's interested in going to his channel and watching it, because they're amazing.
I made a deal with him that I was going to eventually upload them to the KBW channel just because he did such a good job on them. I don't know if he's still interested, but if he is, we should make that happen and you know, give some fans some more of these breakdowns because he did such a phenomenal job and he put so much time and effort into it. And, you know, I'm a big stickler on how KBW is remembered or how things went down and focus on the timeline and all of that. But I think he did a phenomenal job. So big shout out to Rensler. If you never went to Rensler Network, search up Rensler and KBW, and all the videos should pop up.
Well, anyway, guys, I think we got a big episode today. Big topic to discuss. The main subject of today's episode is who is behind the mask. The legends of Hazard.
Well, let me just stop you right there. Behind the mask of Fuego Del Sol, KAGE. Simple enough. Cut and dry, just like that, right? That's what everybody want to come here to see, right?
Oh, man, no. I think we got one even bigger. Behind the mask of none other than the Bama Kid. Because even still to this day, people are commenting, who is the Bama Kid? Bring him on. Let's talk to him. So
So Hazard and the Bama Kid, huh? We're going to finally address these two buffoons?
We are.
Yeah.
And let's start with none other than the king of creepy, Hazard. He's quite a character. I believe the GM at the time, Mr. O, brought him on board. Am I correct with that, KAGE?
Yeah. What you call him the king of creepy? But did he have any nicknames? I feel like he had some nicknames.
He's like, I just remember calling him a freak and and just weird things.
Your favorite? I remember one of your favorite things to say when there was a Hazard match. Sick, sadistic.
Sadistic Hazard. Yeah, I remember sadistic for sure. It was like a word that was used often.
I tried to shout out my inner JR. Speaking of, I guess that's kind of a bomb drop right there, saying I called him
I
sick,
can't believe
sadistic.
you did it, right? So, I mean, we should probably go ahead and reveal this now. Since we're revealing things, let's start by a little appetizer, shall we? The Bulldozer was the main commentator for KBW, a.k.a. Justin Williamson.
It's
Very
true.
funny how I came up with that name. But
It is eerie similar to my real name, and I don't care if people know it. I got my Instagram linked in the bio of the last video. My real name is Dustin Williams, so I thought we needed a commentator name, Justin
and
Williams.
I just changed the D from the J, the D to a J, and then added son onto the end of Williams, and it was
Oh my goodness.
Justin Williamson, and it stuck.
It
right?
did.
I was like, hey, let me just call you this. Right?
did.
I don't want to ever say any of us were great commentators.
Oh no.
But Dustin was the best of the bunch.
Ooh.
And me and AK were most of the time in the matches. So
Right, yeah.
until we eventually got the editing device, we needed someone to film the match and commentate the match at the same time. And Justin Williamson, even if he wasn't wrestling a lot, he would always make sure to commentate for us.
Yeah, so I think it went through that weird phase, of just random people having the camera and commentating. We'd swap
Most of the
commentators
time, it was
mid-match.
AK or you commentating.
Yeah, and I know AK. I was watching videos today, like I said, and I know AK. I think we were in a match together, and AK was like, "I'm gonna just special commentate this match just because I couldn't commentate,"
Yeah.
But thank God, we got that editing software at the time, and
then with the editing software came the introduction of Mike, the Dr. Goodman, here to break down all the commentary action for you.
so that's crazy.
Soaring and scoring.
Flying and death defying. Yeah, I was Mike, the Dr. Goodman. And I felt like I could help. Dustin wasn't watching wrestling at the time, so he would have slip-ups, or it would be too much action to call at one time, and so we would film all day, and then I would go over to his house and we would dub the commentary over the top. Me and him would sit there with the laptop in our lap and hit record on one thing and then hit play on the thing, and so we'd have to just link it up and time it up. And I felt like we made for a very fun commentary duo. Again, it did not last too long because KBW went on hiatus a few months later. But from from Renegade Revolution to the all the way to the end of KBW, Mike the Dr. Goodman and Justin Williamson commentated.
Yeah, it was a good duo. I think I tried to play the part of like I didn't like you coming in and trying to take my commentator glory, and we'd have these little spats during the matches and stuff, and it was hilarious. It was great to do, and it made us feel more professional. And then I think some of the comments at the time, they were kind of saying, is the Bulldozer, is he Justin Williamson? And so we tried to kind of prove that point, like, hey, he's not, because he's in this match and Justin Williams was commentating now. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then sometimes we would even have you yell at Justin Williamson during the match, just so you could then react to it over the top. And like your Bulldozer voice would try to be a little bit more distinct, but it's pretty clear.
Oh,
It was me and you.
It's pretty. I think I tried to have more of an intimidating voice with the Bulldozer, like, it ends tonight, or something like that.
Yeah,
whereas I was more talking in my normal voice. Yeah.
Get that raspy in.
But yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and I remember we had an idea. It was towards the end of KBW. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if it was we were doing a Royal Rumble or whatever it was, and we had a buddy of ours there to record, and it was I remember telling him, "Hey, why don't you just come in, get thrown out, but we're gonna say it's Justin Williamson, and they'll never know." and we I don't think that video ever got uploaded, but I know people would have been like, "What?"
Oh yeah, man. There was an attempted Royal Rumble 3 that just went disastrous.
Yeah, that's another topic we can touch on probably in a later podcast.
God, yeah.
All the videos we recorded that never got to the channel.
Oh,
There's
There's
a
a lot
lot
of-
light of day.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos out there, probably still on our laptops and stuff, that just never got published, and it'd be fun to go over why that was and what happened.
And maybe even upload some if we still have them.
Yeah.
We can try to make some footage of that. Should we do the big reveal now?
I think so. We're about over 10 minutes in. I think a lot of people want to know who Hazard is, who Bama Kid is. So
Let's do a little drum roll for Hazard. Ready? Hazard, reveal yourself.
I don't know yet. I called him the other night, right? I told him, hey, we're doing the podcast, right? I was like, bro, people want to know who Hazard is. And, I was like, I called him up. And he said he was going to be here, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't see him anywhere. It's actually me, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
I was Hazard this whole
Say it ain't
entire time.
No
It was
way.
me under the mask. The assassin AK-47 was Hazard. Yes, it has been revealed. And I'm so excited to actually have that out there. I never thought I'd actually say this because there's always a big mystery of who was Hazard. There was always speculation it was me because, we kind of had this. Of course, we had the same
build.
So, but we always try to work around it, and it was very fun. People guessing and everything. So, what was very, very cool about the Hazard character, it's totally different. See what I
That
did?
is
From
your
everybody
model.
else.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it's
your
totally
model,
different.
right?
Yeah. It was just such a 180 from what the assassin is, right? I'm loud and cocky and this guy who's overachiever, wants to be the best and all in your face and, thinks he's the shit. Then now I'm in basically a orange morph suit, and calling myself Hazard, and I wanted to have something very, very totally different what I'm doing. It's super creepy. I wanted him to be very odd, creepy, nasty, every little thing I could do to make it different from the assassin. So I really, really had so much fun being under there because I was just totally different character, and it was truly, truly fun. And who knows, one day Hazard might pop up on the indie scene. I might bring him out. I might bring Hazard back because Hazard, I was him, but he's also his own person. When I'm under there, I'm a totally different guy. I embody Hazard. So it's basically my alter ego at this point.
It's weird because, I got the idea for Hazard because I saw another backyard wrestling organization have this green morph suit and call their guy Gemini up in, Ohio. And I was like, man, it would be cool to get AK a second character. And we talked about it, right? And I was like, oh, if we get it orange, we could call him, Hazard because, Hazard and the road look orange. And I remember T-Rex at the time bought the morph suit.
Oh, man.
And
T-Rex.
he thought he was going to be Hazard. I was like, fuck no. You can't call a match. The whole reason we need the morph suit is to have another, just like we talked about last week, me and AK were the only two people I trust to be able to put a match together and then call it in the ring. You have to physically remind the person of what's next. Hey, do this move here. Cover me here. The next move, we're going outside the ring. You're calling the match to him. And I only trusted me and AK. And AK needed the morph suit so we have more variety of matches where it's not just me and AK in every match. We can have Hazard in a match. And I'll never forget T-Rex. I thought I was going to be Hazard. No, you're not being Hazard. What are you talking about?
I will say this. T-Rex
Poor
did a lot for the company, because it also kind of reminds me like the Hardcore Championship. He kind of bought it along because that was his replica belt, and I believe
he bought a bunch of replica titles. The Native American title, that was the United States. The Steve Austin Smoking Skull.
Let's just let people know T-Rex is rich. Let's put that.
Oh yeah.
for around our area, he wasn't.
Our area, we were from a very poor area. But he was the rich one.
When we moved to locations to his house at one point, when we were when my parents were going through the divorce and we didn't have the house for a little bit, we were filming at T-Rex's house.
Yeah, one of the most viral videos, I think it's taken down now, what's his name, hanging from the fence. That was at T-Rex's house, wasn't it?
Yes, we had a fatal four-way for the Hardcore Champion, which at the time was still called the Undisputed Champion. As a matter of fact, I found it, and I might re-upload it to the channel.
Drop the clip in here, too.
I have the footage of the four-way we did. It was our first video to shoot. It got over 4 million views, and it put us on the map. And I was so mad because KAGE was not in the match. That was our most viral match, and it just hit the algorithm in the right way. But it got so big that it got reported so many times that they eventually took it down. I want to say it was Pac-Man, AK, T-Rex, and the Beast.
The Beast.
Right? Am I right?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's correct. Because I remember
it was really good. It was the first defense after Pac-Man beat me for the Undisputed title. I teased retirement, and Pac-Man defended the title, and it shot up, and eventually it got deleted. So some people might have never even seen it if they showed up to KBW late.
Yeah, that may be a topic for a different time, but man, I hate that some of the videos got took down. Because like even people that stumble upon it, they can't even watch everything because of the ones that got taken down.
I think I'm going to re-upload Royal Rumble 1 as well. It got taken down. It was a video with over 1 million views. So I'm going to re-upload Royal Rumble 1 soon as well, just to see if it'll upload. Let's talk about Hazard, though, right? Coming out to the Michael Myers music, right? Yes. Crawling on the ground. He would do this weird spin thing. Mm-hmm. He would no-sell moves all the time.
That was the big thing with him, yeah.
No. The big thing with him is this motherfucker biting feet.
Oh, my God.
Foot fetish Hazard would like to bite toes.
He would. And correct me if I'm wrong, AK, but you would really bite my toes in matches and stuff, or other people's toes.
I put full feet in my mouth through that suit, yes.
And so
it was not pleasant, but I was committed. I was so committed to the Hazard character. When I'm under there, I'm telling you, I am in character. Like I am so I don't know what, it just changes me. Like I don't know how when that music hits, when I'm in the suit, I just go full Hazard mode, and it's something that's hard to explain. It's just embody. I just embody that character when I'm in there, and yeah, that was one of the big things. And I don't even know how I even came up with that, but it worked so well. And I was like, this is very nasty and creepy, but this is something a guy like this would do, and I did it.
And you tapped into the weirdest part of your mind for a lot of this. And I remember even when I did wrestle you as Hazard, where I dressed up in the morph suit, I felt like there was a little bit of hostility between Akers. Yeah, he's not doing me justice. Hazard wouldn't do that. It was very funny to see how he would react. What were you gonna say, Dud?
I was just gonna say I feel like while Hazard, we tried to make him this creepy character and things like that. He was also hilarious, unintentionally hilarious. I remember specifically, I think it was when Pitbull was looking for a tag partner. You can probably remember better. But and he just popped up out of the cans. You remember that, AK?
Yes. Oh God, I gotta find this clip.
Yes, find that clip.
Oh, they found him. He turned down the tag team offer. He's paying for it now, folks.
You good for us, huh, big time? You good for us? You good for us, big time? You good for us? My glasses now, boy. Hey, Bulldozer. You be a part of the party tonight?
Come in here and interrupt my promo? No, I don't want to be your partner tonight.
All right. Hey,
and they go back to beating him, folks. What is Hazard doing?
It took everything in us to finish that scene. I was just dying in the background.
I want a lot of backstage segment Hazard clips in this podcast.
Oh my God! Didn't when he was like running from the dog, he was like, ah!
Yeah, and I started barking. There's a dog that kept barking and it wouldn't shut up. So I decided to start going. I basically got on my fours and start acting like a dog, start barking at it.
Looking for a tag team partner tonight. You need another person to be on our team, and you're pretty tough. Obviously, you got a title. You down? Let's get out of here.
So that was not in the script at all. That was not supposed to happen. I think we was doing some.
That's what I love when things just started going haywire in those little backstage segments, and y'all come up with gold. That was the best,
bro. Man, I miss, dude. I know a lot of people miss KBW, and I miss a lot of aspects of KBW. But to be honest, I really do miss being Hazard. Like, it's been so long since I've done that character, but I want another thing. I want to put this out there because I'm in a morph suit, right? And I want people to know this. 80% of the time, I could not see nothing. I was so blind under that thing. Like, it was so blurry. I could barely see like 1 or 2 feet in front of me the whole entire time I was wrestling in that suit. It was hot.
You're talking about the vision. I want to talk about the heat because when it got hot and you're in that thing and we're going over matches and you got to record them, you were sweaty as hell.
That's why I don't have the suit right now because it was so sweaty all the time. I think I kept growing, so eventually I got too big for the morph suit, and I remember my feet like popping out of the foot, so like you could see my like actual toes and my socks and stuff because it got holes in it. So that's why I don't have the suit anymore. I think my grandma probably saw it one day and threw it out because I didn't use it anymore. But that
thing was so dirty.
It was so dirty. It was so like it stunk so bad. Didn't even matter how many times you washed it. It was just so bad. Holes everywhere now just because I was wrestling in it. People grab at the suit, it gets ripped up a bit. But man, that's one. If I can go back in time to like redo some KBW stuff and like just be back in that moment, I think I'd choose to be Hazard instead of the AK-47. Honestly.
Really?
That's insane to hear.
Oh my God, that is really insane. I mean, but Hazard did, KAGE, I'm gonna ask you about this. Hazard did kind of get a push in KBW, unlike his alter ego Bama Kid, which we'll get to. But we gave Hazard the Native American Championship. I mean, what went through that, wanting you to give him that?
He was over, brother, and so here's the deal, right? So first Native American champion, D-Man. Only reason that Native American champion comes into play is because D-Man cashed his World Heavyweight Championship on me, beat KAGE. D-Man being my real life little brother, I needed to get the belt off him. And he only wore it for like 3 weeks. I was like, okay, I need you to drop the belt, but to make you feel better, we're going to introduce this new title, and you're going to get it.
Yeah.
So, but, slowly but surely he hits puberty, and he's not into KBW like he used to be into it. And we need to get this belt off of him. And so I think it went to the Beast after. I think the Beast beat. Am I wrong?
Or maybe I think cause I remember beating the Beast for it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun Hazard Beast stuff that that happened in KBW. But.
Yeah, and then in the first Blood, Sweat, and Tears, our biggest pay-per-view, Hazard got the push. So we did like a no disqualification match where like he wrestled the Beast and the Beast got scared and was like, I'm done. And I just runs away.
I watched that today. He pushes the ref and he's like, I'm out.
You gotta find that clip, bro. You gotta find that one.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I hear there's some orange weird dude that wants to fight me. Caution, Hazard, whatever his name is, get him out here.
I'm done. Get out of here, you're disqualified. I don't care.
And then And then so like we got to run the match back at the Pape, and there's a beautiful screenshot. It's got probably over 700,000 views of the Beast with the chair and Hazard jumping off the ladder.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thumbnail of that video. Which if I really need to go back and update all the thumbnails, because there's some matches that are great that have the worst thumbnail in the world. That just happened to be the thumbnail that was chosen. Maybe I picked it, I don't remember, but it was a great shot and it got us a lot of views. And in that same video, Bama Kid shows up and beat Jacob Storm for the hardcore title. That was part 2 of the pay-per-view, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, which also has our classic triple threat match on it. But now we're 25 minutes deep. Should we get to the second?
Well, I want to bring up one more thing about Hazard before we go to the big thing. I don't know if you guys remember, but I think it was when we were talking about having the, AK actually wrestle Hazard. And we were talking about maybe who it was going to be. And obviously, you said it was going to be you or whatever. But I remember distinctly saying, let it be me. Let me put on the morph suit and let's go. Let's go. And you looked at me with a dead serious face. It was like, absolutely not. They're going to know that's
They'll definitely know someone's different in the Hazard suit. Someone else got in there.
Like,
dude, I'll never forget.
But I was actually agreeing with that. I guess say Hazard, gained a little weight. And then they'll work. I thought it would obviously be hilarious because Hazard is kind of like a funny character anyway, and it'd be funny if he could morph into different body shapes. That'd be a cool lore thing. But
it actually would have. I didn't think about that. Well, what were you saying,
you
KAGE?
stole my bit. You stole my bit because one of the greatest things ever is when Bulldozer come to Bama Kid and was like, "Hey, let's put up a video where we say Bama Kid Unmasked," right? And you got a shot of the back of Bama Kid's head, or even just zoom in on Bama Kid's face, and then you go down, and when you come back up, it's just a Bulldozer. And he's like, "I was Bama Kid all along."
It was me. I had all you fool.
For those of you that don't know, I am very much not like my character, the Dozer, and I was very unserious off camera and would make us have to do a lot of cuts.
Dog, he's so funny. He's just always been funny. He will always be funny.
He's the jokester, definitely of the group.
Oh my God! But I think it's time now.
Oh, it's time.
It's time. Most
of you know, KAGE was also the Bama Kid,
What?
and yeah, I know, insane. I tried to hide it for a long time because me and AK had wrestled each other so many times. I needed to make it to where he could wrestle somebody else, so I got my friend to buy me a Rey Mysterio mask when it came to town. I dressed in this weird all-white Under Armour type thing with long socks, and I called myself the Bama Kid, and it was just another way for me to wrestle AK a couple times without being KAGE, because KAGE and him. And the main reason I introduced Bama Kid is because I didn't want to lose as KAGE, but a lot of people didn't want to wrestle with us if they had to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So you know who you can easily give them a win over? Bama Kid. Here's the thing, though. Whether I'm KAGE, whether I'm the Bama Kid, whether I'm Fuego Del Sol, I'm really fucking good at wrestling. And eventually fans notice, no matter what iteration I am in. And slowly but surely, the losing streak turns into this underdog story. And fans want to see him get a win. And I tried to suppress it. I tried to deny it. But eventually I come up with this storyline called Mass versus Career. No, Mass versus Streak. Because at the time, Bulldozer was undefeated, even though he had lost AK twice by that point. But he had never been pinned. He had never been pinned. And so we did the match in a different location. I think that was the first time we filmed at your house, Dut. And it turned into one of the all-time classics. Only to be surpassed by our second contest.
And, again, I watched that video today. It was hilarious because AK was like, here we are at an undisclosed location hiding from the Renegades at the first time at my house. And, it kind of turned into one of the more permanent spots. But, that first match between Bama Kid and myself was probably, and I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, it's probably my favorite of the two because I love the different spots in that match, particularly the ladder spot. Because that was brutal. That was one of the best clips ever. And, people don't realize that wasn't a fake ladder or anything. That was real steel, baby. Talk about taking that bump.
Let me hold running after him. Oh, my God.
Yeah, baby, bouncing off. Here's the thing. This is the crazy part of the ladder thing. It's like I saw some other people do it, and I was like, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. And then I did it, and I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. Right? It still hurt. I don't want to say it didn't hurt. But no more than like flipping on the ground would hurt. Do you get what I'm saying? But the backdrop, how brutal it looked.
It sounded brutal as well.
And the way you
just
bounced
like,
off of it.
I can't imagine letting my 16-year-old kid be doing dumb stuff like this, but I was doing it.
I know my mom would always tell me, y'all are going to get killed out there. Y'all got to stop that.
I was the only one that was putting my body on the line. Not later. It wasn't until later on where oh God, what was Off the Chain's name? Pitbull and Pac-Man was take a little bit more risk, right? But like nobody did anything to seriously hurt themselves besides me. I was the only one to put my body at risk, really. Besides dives, but like I didn't think dives were that hard to catch, to be honest.
Well,
then you get to the indies and you find out.
I took a risk that one time when Beast botched the move and I about broke my freaking neck.
I didn't want to bring that up this week. I feel like that we got to do Money in the Bank 2 justice, and like that clip is gonna go mega viral when we talk about it.
Oh yeah,
that was one of the craziest clips.
But if we're talking about that, you did do your first ever dive in that match where you dove onto everybody, and it's still so great. It made it into the KBW intro as well.
That's an intro.
But I love that match too. I hit the sliced bread off the trampoline through a table. Even though the table didn't really break, but it was just cool to hit the finish on you and pin you that way.
Through it. He's going up. Oh my God! Bulldozer just went through that table, folks. Can this be it? 1, 2.
And to give the Bama Kid his first win, even though you didn't like it, you did not want to lose at the time.
Yeah. Oh no. I remember vividly. I was like, oh my God, I got to lose to this guy who's never won. But looking back, like I said, he just got so popular, and he was created to lose. Like you said, he was created to be this person that everybody could beat. That was how you kind of eased him into the company. Like, hey, you're gonna come in here, you're gonna have a good match because you're the one under the mask, you're the one fighting them, so of course you're gonna put on a good match, and then they're gonna win, they're gonna get over. And so, but just the fans just took it as, like you said, this underdog story. And I think I don't know if you would agree or not, but one could say Bama Kid kind of inspired Fuego because you were allowed to do these high fly moves that not necessarily KAGE was able to do, and you could really experiment with him.
Yeah, you have to, I say this all the time when I talk to other mask guys, you have to pantomime more. You have to your selling has to be bigger with your body. And so learning how to sell under a mask and trying to differentiate the sales and the moveset between Bama Kid and KAGE was always fun. But there was 2 instances where Bama Kid and KAGE were shown on screen together, right? The first one was a backstage segment where the Bama Kid come up to me while I was champion.
I just don't know. For some reason, did anybody ever tell you kind of look like, hey, AK-47. For some stupid reason, they thought you two could face execution. Bulldozer Jacob Storm tonight and beat them. That's ludicrous. My team is a tight-knit unit. There's nothing going to be wrong with them. That's why you and you are going to get beat by the greatest faction in the world. execution.
That time was CJ under the mask, my brother, who's only 14 months younger than me. He dressed up as Bama Kid. He was also the leader of the Renegades for a little bit before the real reveal. So he dressed up for the first time where we just had a backstage interaction. And then, the one time Bama Kid and KAGE ever wrestled each other, the only person I trusted enough to dress up, to have a similar build to me, and that could do backflips and stuff, was Pac-Man, who subsequently was Bama Kid's partner. So the one time that we did wrestle, Pac-Man wrestled as Bama Kid, and he also got jumped by the Renegades in that same video, I believe. Or maybe a video later, the next week, where he was jumped as Bama Kid backstage. That was the reason Bama Kid wasn't in one of the qualifying. Oh no, he was in the qualifying match. It's just Bulldozer beat him in the qualifying. Yes, Bulldozer beat him in the qualifying match.
Let's go ahead and get started. Ding, ding, ding. And before I barely ring the bell, the Bama Kid transfer clothesline on KAGE. KAGE catches to the foot with a backflip by Bama Kid, and finally connects with a kick to the head. And that Bama Kid, whoa!
But Pac-Man couldn't do the cartwheel backflip entrance that I would do as Bama Kid. So I used it from a different match. I clipped it, and then we did like a replay or a promo or something, and then we cut back to the match to where it looked like it was two different videos, and there's definitely two different times a day because you could tell the light was off. There was even like one pole still left on the ring before we tore it all down. But we made it work just so we could have the KAGE versus Bama Kid match, and it wasn't that bad. He didn't do all the moves like I did. He didn't do me justice, just like I'm sure I didn't do Hazard justice one time I wrestled AK. But it was still pretty fun.
Yeah, it was great for people seeing it. It was always great to see people arguing in the comments because you would see some people be like, that's not Bama Kid, and others like, that's obviously Bama Kid. Like, come on, he did pretty good, and things like that. And you mentioned the qualifying match between me and you, and to talk about, I guess, the Dozer Bama Kid rivalry a little bit. I think that may be my favorite kind of rivalry in KBW personally, just because obviously KAGE and Dozer were part of Execution together for a long time, and we never really got to face each other. So it really gave us a chance to go at it, and you really put me over and go back, like you said, with the selling the moves. I was watching it today, and I think I hit you with like a shoulder bump, and you just went flying backwards. I was just like, oh my God, he was selling the hell out of these moves.
Yeah, we had great chemistry, and we didn't really, like I said, touch a lot. Like we had the 3 matches as Bama Kid and Bulldozer, right? Money in the Bank 2. And then me and you, KAGE and Bulldozer, when Bulldozer eventually turned, wrestled each other on like a Christmas edition. And then we had the famous triple threat match between me, you, and AK. But besides those 5 matches, I don't think we ever wrestled each other a lot. But the times we did get to wrestle, we had incredible chemistry.
Oh, yeah,
partly
absolutely.
because I wasn't scared to take your moves, and I feel like I would push you to the limit. Can you catch me off of this? Can you do this? Can we do this? And so it's like we just upped each other's game. And like that was a surprising thing to me because, like I said, we were in that same execution group for so long. KAGE and Bulldozer probably could have had the same amount of awesome matches, just we didn't do the turn until so late into KBW. But luckily we got to wrestle each other as Bama Kid and Bulldozer. And I would say, just like AK is my favorite opponent as KAGE, Bulldozer is my favorite opponent as the Bama Kid.
Yeah, you definitely would push me to my limits. You would definitely motivate me to do more and more every match we would do. And vivid memory is like the swing set spot where you climbed up top and jumped off, and I think we had an audience like in the background that didn't get on camera.
Dude, your parents and your cousins and
my brothers.
And like they took a shot. There's the picture. I don't know if I still got it or if I can find it, but it is iconic of me flying through the air before you catch me. Yes. And I hope we still got that shot. If not, I'll at least put the clip in from the KBW qualifier. But it was just like, I was like, do you think you can catch me? And I climbed up to the first part, and I jumped and you caught me, and you're like, I don't know about it. I was like, bro, you got me, bro. I trust you. I'll jump off of this crazy thing because I know how strong you are.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like you said, it was just incredible spots and.
Also, in the KBW qualifier, one of the first times you ever hit the package pile driver. We didn't mention that in your finishers last week when we were talking on the first one. We were talking about the package pile driver. It was like a signature that you loved that eventually became your like final move. Once I hit that, nobody's kicking out.
Yes. And looking back at it, I had so many kind of finishers. They kind of evolved. And it's like they got stronger and stronger every time. You know, like started off, I think, with the Bulldozer. And then, you know, the Frasinator. And then we had the head squeeze.
The splash.
The head squeeze, yeah.
Did we do a head squeeze?
Yeah, we did. That's how I beat you in the qualifier match. Was the head squeeze.
Really?
Yeah.
I swear I thought the package pile driver beat me.
No, I watched it today. It was the head squeeze. I was like, man, I thought I beat you with a package pile driver too.
Who did you beat with the package pile driver then?
I don't know. I don't remember if it was. Maybe it was KAGE. It had to be KAGE. I beat with the package pile driver.
Because AK came in and stopped the match and got us disqualified, and so it turned into a triple threat match at the pay-per-view.
Probably you beat Hazard with the package pile driver, maybe.
I don't see you being ever wanting to take a package pile driver. Did you ever take it?
I want to say I did. I think. I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's a.
I don't remember doing it to Hazard, but I kind of remember doing it to AK. I think he took it.
Yeah, I want to say.
Hell yeah! So it's like, what is your favorite matches from your Hazard run, AK?
My favorite matches from the Hazard run, definitely me and Dozer. I remember that match me and Dozer did. It was kind of like we was kind of still posting videos here and there. It was kind of after the big KBW run. We filmed it at my house, and it was so fun going around my house, just having a blast, being Hazard, and it was just being Dut. We just kind of planned it ourselves. You know, KAGE was usually the planner of matches. Usually he's always there, but he wasn't there. He was alright. I think he done with Oklahoma at that point, and, like,
and y'all didn't even tell me you were doing it.
Yeah, we didn't even tell him.
That was the funniest thing. You just uploaded that like the YouTube. I remember getting a call from KAGE, and he was like, "What the hell? Why didn't you guys tell me? It's not bad. It's not a bad match."
There's no commentary, but besides that, I thought it was good. And then, like, one of my favorites of Hazard is Money in the Bank 3, because there's the incredible spot of someone kicks you, you start biting their toes. Another guy goes for a drop kick, you start biting his toe. You bite 3 of them at a time, and then eventually someone kicks you off, and then someone jumps and you catch and you do 3 more. There's 8 men in the match. You were biting on 6 different people's toes.
Yeah, I had like 8 people's foots in my mouth.
Feet.
Feet. Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Well, each of their foots.
Foot fetish. Foot fetish Hazard was hilarious.
So what about you, KAGE? What would you say besides, you know, obviously the Dozer stuff? What was some of your favorite moments or matches as the Bama Kid?
Ooh, I remember when I first got the red mask and could dress up in red and white, and I wrestled AK. It's one of, I feel like it's like the dawn of a new era of like when we were finally hitting our stride of like really good matches. There's also a fun triple threat. Like Money in the Bank 2 helps put us on the map. Starts the next season after mine and AK's Iron Man match. I have a triple threat with the Beast and Pac-Man. Really, their coming out party as like good wrestlers. That we had a triple threat. Then I turn around, change it to the red mask, have a really good match with AK. And then when AK turns heel, Bama Kid gets a world heavyweight title shot. And we have a really fun match again, kind of lost in the shuffle of we were building to the big triple threat match at the time, the pay-per-view. But I thought it was really well done. But, man, I really do love that KBW qualifier match because I just felt like we pushed ourselves so hard in that match. And then, like, teaming with Pac-Man, bro. There's, like, some hidden gems where me and Pac-Man teamed up against Mick the Brick and T-Rex over at Trey's house, at T-Rex's house at the secret location. That, like, as we were wrestling, there's, like, a construction crew doing some stuff behind his house, working on like the woods, and they're like watching us do all of this crazy stuff, and like I'm flipping on Mick the Brick on the outside. So like that was a fun one. Then of course when Pac-Man and Bama Kid won the tag team titles at bloodthirsty in the TLC match. First ever TLC match we did with the 4 different tag teams, Great Dane and Pitbull, Maxzilla and D-Man, and Mick the Brick T-Rex and Bama Kid and Pac-Man. But thinking of that ladder match brings up the one versus D-Man. Me and D-Man had a great ladder match at All or Nothing pay-per-view. It's just a one-on-one, D-Man, my little brother. We always had good chemistry versus me and KAGE, but like that was the first time me and him got to work as like the 2 high-flying baby faces, and he was the Native American champion at the time, and I thought that match was phenomenal. We did some really fun stuff in that match.
And bringing that up, Pac-Man is a fan favorite himself, and looking back at it, I think it can kind of be accredited to one of the reasons he got so popular was because of the tag team stuff he did with Bama Kid and how you two just worked so well together. Is there a reason? I know it's you were being a team player and stuff, but looking back at it, I personally kind of wish Bama Kid would have got more of a push. Do you kind of wish the same, or do you wish anything would have been bigger?
I don't want to seem too selfish, man. I was already so selfish with KAGE that's the reason I put him in a tag team. It was like, hey, I'm not just winning for me, I'm elevating Pac-Man as well. Plus, it helped flesh out the tag team division because we didn't have a lot of tag teams at the time. So it gave someone from Mick the Brick and T-Rex who were kind of clicking on all cylinders a little bit to people to face. And
shout out to Crucifixion.
Again, though, part of me, I could have made him a bad wrestler. I made him a good wrestler. There's just like there's an ego inside of me. I could have made him less of a fan favorite if I wasn't good, but I was so focused on trying to make the videos good that it ended up being a fan favorite. I don't feel like he deserved more of a push as much as I shouldn't have had him lose every match. There should have just been more of a roller coaster. But it was like lose, push to the moon, win 2 titles at one time. There should have been more of a roller coaster.
But I remember how big of a deal it was when Bama Kid first got his big win. Like the first win.
Yeah.
I remember the comments were so happy. Like, oh my
God,
it's like it was such a big moment, and I was like, that was great because the fans were always behind Bama Kid. Like he's super underdog, and the fact that he, got that first win was super super cool to see, and I love it. And also, the Hazard comments. I know we talk about Hazard and Bama Kid here. The Hazard comments are always hilarious, talking about all the creepiness and how into it they were, and it's like how every time they click on a Hazard match, they know they're going to see something very strange and wild. And I feel like me and you had a blast with these characters.
Yeah, man, secondary characters helped flesh out the roster. Added some people in there, again, helped us so much at like calling matches and just, there was already so many wacky names and characters. When you really take your step back and think about the names in KBW, the Bulldozer. We got D-Man, but we also got Pac-Man. Then we got Bama Kid, and we got Hazard. Mick the Brick and T-Rex. So it's like...
I watched that clip today. That was still one of the funniest skits. I think it was in preparation for the tag title match, and Pitbull walks up to Bama Kid. And that may have been your first words as Bama Kid, but Big the Brick
said puto.
Yeah, you said. And then Big the Brick walks up, and Pitbull was like, "What the hell is a brick?"
He said, about the same color as that ugly ass clothes you got on.
Dude, put that full clip in here, please. I need to watch that over here. The whole entire segment, put it in here.
Speaking of the hardcore title, look at this guy sitting over here. Hey, what time is it? What time is it? Sitting in the show have already been started. What time is it? What time is it, man? Do you speak English? Don't you know some Spanish? Don't you know some Spanish? Tell me. Do you speak English? What time is it? Oh.
What time is it? You just asked what time it is? It's big time, baby. The greatest sports entertainer to ever enter an arena.
Didn't that dude get enough of last week?
You can do it 2-on-1, but let's see what you can do 1-on-1, bad boy. We your little boyfriend over here. Let's get 1-on-1. Me and you tonight. Let's go.
1-on-1?
Let's go then.
We're doing right now. What's up?
It's bedtime for our rematch.
Ben time. Y'all don't get. to call the shots around here. Y'all don't just get to make title rematch. Y'all don't get a rematch until we say you get a rematch. And speaking of dinosaurs, ain't T-Rex extinct? What the hell is a brick?
It's about the color of them stupid ass clothes you be wearing. And you need to go back to Mexico. And big time, you're a big time loser. And my boy tonight's about to show y'all why. We was the champs.
I'll show us why? Alright, since ain't none of us got anything planned tonight, why don't we break up the tag team tonight? One half of every tag team here tonight is gonna fight in a fatal 4-way match. And by the way, no one's partner is allowed at the ringside.
Fine by me. You got this.
Come on, Toss.
Did he just call us that? Well, look, listen. Nobody is allowed at the ring night except you. You're gonna be special guest referee.
Oh yeah, we're gonna beat their ass. That's right.
No. I got this, man. Keep it fair.
Man, I don't like that big time dude. Come on now.
Man, you'll get your chance. You'll get your chance.
Come on.
You get a chance.
Please let me whoop him. Come on now.
God, that's one of the funniest things.
Oh my God! Do you guys have any other clips or memories that you don't want to talk about?
Oh man, definitely the dog thing and the can thing with Hazard.
Absolutely.
Those two come to mind for Hazard. Also, I'm trying to think. I know Big Time Mike had what was it? What's his talk show? What was it called?
Oh my God, the Big Time Talk Show. It was the KBW Talk Show. It was really your talk show. Remember, you hosted it for a little bit, and then Big Time Mike took over as host.
And I want to say Hazard was on one of them, and it was some of the funniest thing I ever done. It was so
my
fun.
God, that was one of the last KBW TV episodes. Jesus.
It was just so fun, man. Hazard, and there's probably stuff I'm just forgetting because.
Of course, I want the fans to comment below and tell us, hey, what was your favorite Hazard memories? What did you like? Tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with Bama Kid, because I love seeing the Bama Kid comments and stuff, and I'd love to know what people's favorite were.
Oh, another thing that came to mind that we hadn't talked about Hazard. That was such a funny thing that I just came up with. We hadn't talked about Hazard had a voice somewhat where I started like doing this like weird voice and growl. And every time somebody put me in a submission, I started like doing this weird
scream.
Like,
do the scream.
I can't do the scream. It's too late.
It was like, I'll put a clip in.
Appropriate.
I'll put a clip in.
It was so inappropriate, but I just thought it was so funny to do, and everything about Hazard is so unorthodox and so odd and weird. And a big thing when I was Hazard, a lot of people don't know this, is, you know, I was kind of leaning into Hazard being more of, you know, liking like he doesn't really have, you know, a preferred like, you know, gender, I guess, like, you know, women or male. Like he's like kind of this entity of this thing. But I was kind of leaning to more the flamboyant kind of like being like, you know, that kind of side of Hazard being like, I would say like I wanted him to be kind of like a gay character. Like I like that fact that he was, you know, a lot of flamboyant. Kind of liked it when someone bit his toes. So there's a point.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes.
And then like the way you would hold the belt, you would like pet the belt, and like when you were the champion, there was very flamboyant for sure.
Yeah, I said that one of the things is Justin Williams. So I was like, he's just obsessed with that title. He's holding it like the sickest, sadistic freaky.
Freaky. Yeah, so it was a part of me, like it wasn't like full like that way, but it was a part of me in my mind. I was like, I kind of want to lean into that a little bit, and it just felt right for that character and how he emotes, right? Like someone. His thing is biting toes. So of course, if someone bites his toes, he's gonna like it. He's gonna enjoy it, while other people wouldn't like it, right? So I just thought you definitely gotta put that clip in.
Do you remember what match it was?
I can't. Was it? Who did it? Who bit my toe? Was it Bulldozer? No.
I know. I think it was.
No.
I think it was you. I think I wrestled as Hazard, and you bit my toes, and I ended up like.
Yes, yes, it was you, and you was like. And I said, I think you're enjoying this. Dude, I remember I was like, okay, so you want to do missionary? So I got on top of you, and I was looking, bro, put that in here. You gotta put that in here.
Oh my God. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. But sometimes you got beaten by his own game. Damn, this is gonna be nasty. Hope you don't have foot fungus. Here he goes!
Oh my God! AK-47 using Hazard's own vicious move against him, biting the toe. How sickening! How disgusting!
What the fuck?
And Hazard is liking it.
You enjoying this? Yeah, foot fetish? What the? I don't even know anymore.
Oh my God.
So like, you do like missionary? Yeah. Missionary? Yeah, you start off like this, and you want to get.
That whole segment, he's like, I was like, wait, you're actually enjoying this? You're like, mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of got into it too. And it's like, oh, you want to do missionary? Oh my God.
Boys, I could talk to you guys all day about this, but we're 51 minutes in now.
Dude, man, that was incredible.
Oh my God. I love doing this podcast. I know we're only 2 episodes in. I love talking about KBW with you guys. And yes. I want to say, make sure, guys, you go follow both Bulldozer and AK. There'll be links to their social medias below. AK's got a YouTube channel you can check out below, and he's got a Twitch channel. So do I. If you like what you're seeing, please make sure you like the video and comment and tell us what you love about it below. We're also putting out shorts and stuff of this. So definitely check out the short videos. And we have a brand new KBW Wrestling Instagram account and KBW Wrestling TikTok account. So please go follow both KBW Wrestling on TikTok and KBW Wrestling on Instagram. I have done a collaborative post. Fuego Del Sol has done a collaborative post with it on Instagram, and then I have reposted one of the videos over on TikTok. So please go follow those and help us spread the word about the podcast and about all of your favorite memories from KBW, because we're going to be uploading a lot of shorts, re-uploads, really putting a lot more time and effort into the KBW channel because of how much fun this has been. And you guys have any last words?
Go ahead, Dozer.
Yeah, I just want to, again, thank everybody for tuning in and listening to these old guys at this point just reminisce and have a nostalgia trip. And man, I agree with you, Cage. I'm just having a great time, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next one too. It's so fun talking to you guys and the memories. Every time we talk, and another memory pops in my head, and we just start laughing about it. All the random things that just come to my head about KBW just hit me all at once, and talking to you guys, and this is probably one of the coolest things I think we ever done with this podcast, is how fun it is and how we love talking to each other and how everyone out there loves this podcast and really want to know more insight about us, about KBW. It's been so fun. The feedback has been great. I am so excited to see the comments on this one. So, yes, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. And, this has been a blast so far.
Hell yeah. Check us out every Tuesday right here on the KBW Wrestling channel. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.